ILB family, what's good? Coach Marcus Hodges here, and today I want to talk to you guys about the most dominant moves over the last 20 years. Some of the players that come to my mind are Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Allen Iverson, Tim Hardaway, Kevin Durant, Kevin Garnett, Manu Ginobili. Those players were almost impossible to guard. And today I want to give you some of those moves over the last 20 years that just are unstoppable. Something you don't want to miss. You already know, man. Let's get it.
Oh, I seen them coming from a mile away.
All right, some of the most dominant moves, some of the players, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant. Very, very similar players. As you guys know, Kobe Bryant really looked up to Michaal Jordan. He wanted to be better than him. He was chasing him almost his entire career. And he definitely mimicked him on the court. So we're gonna talk about that patent fadeaway. Kobe and Jordan's fadeaway were still not quite 100% identical, but I wanna give you both options to a certain extent. So being able to fade away from the basket. So anytime I'm backing the player down, right now my chin's the shoulder. I want to be able to see where help side's coming, where double team might be coming, so I'm able to see at least 75% of the court at all times. So we're gonna go over two different type of fadeaways. So one, as I'm backing down, I want to work on the step out. So notice my footwork as I'm here, I'm stepping out away from the basket here, away, and then I want to fade away. Right now I'm fading away over my left shoulder. As a right-hander, that's a really difficult shot. Then I also want to talk about now faking that. So now with my shoulders selling like I'm going sideline to baseline, and then I'm fading away right up here, right over my defender. Catching the ball, looking to see where help side's coming from. Stepping away from that basket. As I'm playing in the mid post, I'm selling or faking that sideline to baseline. So once again, both of my feet are gonna come off the ground here. Both of my feet come off the ground, picking the ball up. I wanna get shoulders, and now notice my feet aren't getting square, just my right hip and elbow are square to the rim. Now out of this position, I wanna be able to jump and fade away from the basket. What they both like to do, especially when they're having a smaller defender, they'll just take them right to the post, give a good fade, get away. There we go. Another player that comes to my mind over the last 20 years, one of my favorites, Allen Iverson. That lethal Allen Iverson crossover. He loves doing it left to right, but being a complete basketball player, I want you guys to learn to do it both left to right, and also right to left. Once again, he was looking for the bite, meaning he was looking for when he sailed that crossover, pushing off his inside foot to see that that defender would move. That defender slightly shifted. He already knew he would have him at bay. Hard left to right, and then more importantly, once I shift my defender here, I want to shift and then come right to that inside-outside stop. Once I shift, I want to get my feet to the floor quickly, on balance, to get it up to the shot. So that Allen Iverson crossover right here. Shift, then get right into it for that shot. Really working on that shifty motion right here, selling, pushing off that foot. With the Allen Iverson crossover, or just trying to be shifty. Notice my feet. I'm not just going here, stepping, but this inside foot is almost gonna come here. So where my arc is, it's gonna come in. This is gonna help me get shiftier right here. Being able to, anytime I shift, my ankle's gotta be able to bend in this motion here. Once again, my body's selling like that cross. My wrist is behind the ball, and I'm crossing. And as I cross, that ball side foot is following the ball, snapping right into that crossover. So working on that lethal Allen Iverson cross. Once again, being shifty, making sure I shift, and then get into that shot as quick as possible. Another player that comes to mind, especially when I was really young in the 90s, is Tim Hardaway. Tim Hardaway being able to have that between the legs crossover, it was really lethal. It really felt like it was unstoppable. How hard and how aggressive he would be able to get into it, and then also how he was able to really sell it. Being able to sell is going to be with the core, because I see a lot of players do it, but you got to be able to shift your core looking like I'm going in one direction, and then once again, crossing that ball aggressively in the opposite direction, getting to the hole or attacking. So Tim Hardaway, crossover here. Breaking it down is known as just between shift, crossing the ball over, getting into your shot or attacking. I'll give you a couple of reps of both. Really changing that pace. Having that handle with the footwork. Once again, another player over the last 20 years that really changed the game, in my opinion, is Manu Ginobili. I was a huge fan of him. I always used to say, everybody knows he's going left, but he just always found a way of finishing with his left hand, even if he did go right in those small times. But he kind of brought that Euro step over to America. Now, don't get me wrong, he's not the first player to do it, but he's one of the first players to really make it popular and really put everybody on notice. So especially when he was driving right, because a lot of players would force him right. As he's driving right, it was all about that hard right. And then once again, Manu finding a way to get back to his left and being able to finish. So that Manu Euro step, Euro finish here. Manu also did a really good job of having those longer steps here, really jump into space, find a way to get back to his left side. We saw this a lot, pick up basketball on the streets, but Kevin Durant is a player that comes to mind, at least newer players that love to go that between the legs. And when he would go between, he would lift right, left. So notice my footwork, not only my body, but I would lift. And as I lift, 1, 2, so hard to guard. Kevin Durant will take one dribble drive. He'll take 2 dribbles for the finish, or he'll also come here and really sell that drive, pushing off that foot, getting that inside shoulder to drop, and then step into a shot. So really just that between the legs float, shot, or float and go. Really almost unstoppable to guard, because when my defender lifts, if I see him lift here, I'm driving right by him. If I see my defender arm or 2 arms distance away, I know, especially Kevin Durant, he knows I can just lift over top. Player's a little too close, he doesn't lift, I'm able just to body and fade. So just that between the legs float and finding your shot here. Notice I'll get my shot here, push, then lift. Being able to do it both ways is really unstoppable. Here, push, finding your shot. Tough part is when players know you're going to do it, and you kind of keep going back here, and you still find a way into your shot. When you think those players are too close, you just lift, take one hard dribble for your shot. And some of the players everybody knows right now, you definitely don't want to get caught on an island with them, is Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving right now, I'm not even going to give you guys a specific move. He just has counters to any option. Even if he sees the paint clogged, he might turn and play mid-post. If you stop the left, he's going to find a way to finish right, either an in-air finish or a fadeaway finish, or being able to simply just stop on a dime and dish that pass off. So right now, I want you guys just to imagine Kyrie trying to break somebody down, and you're playing good defense for 4 seconds, but after that 4 seconds, it's over. He's going to find a way to finish. As you saw right there, try to give you guys the best example as I could. Kyrie Irving just really being unguardable. Mid-post, knows his option as a big man once he's in the post, being able to shoot the 3 ball, and then once again, handle just being crazy. So those 6 players right there, the last 20 years, have been extremely dominant. It's almost impossible to guard these guys if you get caught on the island. Now, there's many other players that I didn't mention. You got the Tracy McGrady's, You got the Jason Williams, you got the Stephon Marburys, you know, and the list goes on. But right there, those players, almost unguardable, especially if you get caught on that island. Coach Marcus Hodges here with ILB Elite. You already know, man, let's get it. If you enjoyed today's video, let me know in the comments below. Give this video a like so YouTube knows you're getting after it. And if you haven't yet, click the subscribe button and the bell notification so you can check out our next videos. See you guys on the next one.